There's a reason karate does not work. It's nothing to do with the art itself. The techniques of which it's comprised can be found in various different modern combative forms, whether it's MMA, whether it's Krav Maga, whether, even if we go into other combat sports like Thai boxing. The elements of karate are all there in one form or another. The difference is in the method in which they're applied and the method in which they're trained. Karate of late has become somewhat of an academic pursuit. We enjoy the history, we enjoy the nuance, we enjoy the attention to detail. And a lot of the time we fail to understand that this is just a distraction from what lies at the root of what should be a martial art, i.e. its effectiveness in defending ourselves against violence. Now, even those who purport to be authorities on self-protection, on applying your karate, on kata application, on how to make this stuff work, often when you look at their training methods, it does not reflect what is required to be able to apply this art at a high level. Now, the common train of thought is that karate and the techniques of kata were designed not to be applied against someone who's skillful in fighting, someone who's trained in martial arts, someone who is aware of the techniques you're trying to use upon them, the strategies you're trying to implement. They're supposed to be completely oblivious to it. They're supposed to be a drunk or, a ruffian. They like to use that word, a ruffian, who is oblivious of what you're trying to do. They're just a zombie waiting for you to apply your technique in perfect form, just how you drilled it in the dojo in slow time with your training partner. These zombie-like opponents, they react to predictable stimulus. So we reach down, we grab the testicles, they grab our wrist, then we can apply our wrist break, we can apply our escape technique. We spit in their face and they react to that by doing that. And that exposes their throat, so we punch them in the throat and then they go like that. All this stuff is very predictable. It works well in theory, but it does not work in application. Because I can tell you from first-hand experience that when you jam your finger knuckle deep into the eye of a crackhead who's trying to stab you, he does not react how you expect. He does not care that your finger is knuckle deep in his eye socket. He does not even notice. You've probably seen videos, no doubt, of people getting shot multiple times and continuing to charge forward only to stab the officer. These are not one-off things. You'll be very surprised on what the human body is capable of doing under stressful circumstances or extreme circumstances or life or death. And if someone is truly fighting for what they perceive to be their last breaths, you better believe they're not going to be reacting to anything you do. It will not work. So the notion that we don't need to be fit in order to be able to apply our karate is nonsense. There's zero guarantee that first 2-3 strikes you throw are going to be effective. Most probably you'll miss. Those that do connect are not going to be the same way you connect on a makiwara with 100% intensity. They're going to skim. The person's going to be moving. The technique is not going to work how you expect. It's not going to have the desired effect. The 3rd, 4th, 5th strike, they might not even register. All the meanwhile, you're taking damage because you're still reacting to the fact that first strike you threw did not work. So our mind's still stuck there. Meanwhile, the opponent does not give a shit and he's continuing to stamp on your damn head while you're wondering why this thing didn't work. So in order to make our karate practical, in order to make it relevant, we need to change the way we approach the art. We need to change the way we practice and train the mindset, train the intention, train the intensity with which we bring to our kata practice in solo and to our partner practice together. The way we interact with striking implements like the makiwara, like the punch bag, like the pad work. This has to reflect reality. It has to bring about a response in you that fires up that will to fight, that will to survive, that will to be victorious. Because the will to excel and be better than somebody else is drilled out of you in every single aspect of karate. You're supposed to suppress the ego. You're supposed to always be looking at the negative side of yourself. You're not supposed to be, becoming proud of yourself or proud of your strength or whatever that might be. And because of that, you don't even seek it after a while. And I can tell you that from personal experience as well, as someone who excels in the physical aspects of the art. That was beaten out of me to such a point that I didn't even want to aspire to become the greatest I could be. When you step outside of karate and you step into the the realms of MMA or Thai boxing or jiu-jitsu or whatever contact sport it might be, whereby the person you are facing does not care about who you are, does not care about your reputation, does not care about who your teacher was, does not care about your training history, does not care about your rank, does not care that you are the head of a multi-thousand member organization. He does not care about none of that stuff. All he cares is that you become yet another notch on his victory sheet. When you train with someone with that in mind, even if they're a beginner, even more so, because that beginner will do nothing what you expect him to do and will be as awkward as hell. So everything you've already practiced, drilled to work against someone that gets predictable responses, ain't gonna work because this beginner is not predictable and will do the weirdest stuff from left field that you don't see coming and will throw you off every time. And again, while you're stuck figuring what the hell was that, he's already got the upper hand on you. So we need to train in a method that takes the intention right away, takes the fight to the opponent, brings that aggression, is willing to step up and level up. Until we train with such an intensity and such a violent mindset and such a will to win and be victorious and be better than the person in front of you and better than the person you were yesterday, the art will continue to lack relevance and it will continue to lack practical application and will be laughed at by those who do have these qualities in them.